Hello everybody, Napkin99 here. Before we start today's tutorial, I just want to mention that if you have any questions about how legendaries spawn in the world, check out my previous video, How Do Legendaries Spawn? And without further ado, let's get into the video. Generation 4 has an astounding 14 legendaries, and some of them can be quite difficult to get your hands on. Starting us off are the Lake Guardian trio, Azelf, Mesprit, and Uxie. All three of these legendaries spawn in water, so make sure you've got plenty around you when trying to get them to spawn. Azelf can be found in the forest biome during the morning, Mesprit in the birch forest at dawn or dusk, and Uxie in roofed forest in the afternoon. All three of the Lake Guardians can be found in raid dens in their respective biome, with Mesprit also appearing in regular forest raid dens. Next up are Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina, which are a bit of a process to get. First, you'll need the corresponding orb for each legendary. Get the Lustrous Orb for Palkia, the Adamant Orb for Dialga, and the Grisius Orb for Giratina. These orbs can be found in End City loot chests or as drops from Ultimate Boss Pokemon. Next, you'll need to get a red chain. These can be obtained rarely from 4 and 5 star raid dens, but you can also get it through the aforementioned Lake Guardians. You will have to get each of the Lake Guardians up to level 60 and 255 happiness. Once you've done this, get a ruby for each Lake Guardian and left click each of them to empower the ruby. You should be left with a ruby of willpower, a ruby of knowledge, and a ruby of emotion. Your Lake Guardians will also drop down to level 40 and lose some of their happiness. You can repeat this process for each Lake Guardian up to 3 times before you have to get a new one. Once you have the 3 empowered rubies, put them together in the crafting table to get the red chain. Now that you got your orbs and your red chain, all that's left to do is find a time-space altar and activate it. Time-space altars can be found in mountainous biomes. Once you've found your altar, simply right-click it with the red chain to activate it, and then right-click it with the orb of the legendary you want to summon. If you don't want to go through all the trouble of getting orbs and making a red chain, you can also try to get Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina through raid dens and mountainous biomes. And before we move on, Giratina also has a second form called Altered Form, which it switches to when holding the Grisius Orb. Next on our list is Arceus. To get Arceus, you will first need to collect the 17 different Arceus plates, one for every type except for normal. All of the plates can be dropped from Mega Evolved Boss Pokemon, or from the Beast loot chests found in Ultra Space. Some can also be found in structures such as End Cities and Desert Temples. Once you have the 17 different plates, you'll need to find an Arc Chalice, which can be found only in the Desert Hills and Desert M biomes. Right-clicking each of the plates onto the chalice in the middle will produce an Azure Flute, which you then take to a time-space altar to spawn Arceus. Note that you have to use the flute on the ground in front of the altar, not on the altar itself, and you don't need a red chain to get Arceus to spawn. If you're lucky, you can also get the Azure Flute from 4 and 5 star raid dens, or rarely in a woodland mansion. Arceus can also be found in raid dens in mountainous biomes. Our next 2 legendaries are Cresselia and Darkrai, which both have an extra spawn condition in that the moon must be at a specific phase. Cresselia spawns in the Birch Forest M biome at night when the moon is full, and Darkrai spawns in the Roofed Forest M biome at night when there is a new moon. They can also be found in raid dens in any version of their respective biomes, with Cresselia also appearing in regular forest raid dens. Cresselia also has 2 special textures. The first is Spirit Form, which spawns rarely in graveyard structures in the Birch Forest M biome at midnight when the moon is full. Yeah, good luck getting that one. The other special texture for Cresselia is a Rainbow texture, which you can get by right-clicking Cresselia with a Rainbow Wing, which has a 20% chance of being held by a Caught Ho-Oh or as a rare drop from 4 and 5 star raid dens. Heatran can be found at any time either in mesas below Y50 and near lava, or in the nether just near lava. Heatran can also be found in raid dens in either of those biomes. Manaphy is found in the water of ocean biomes during morning and only when the weather is clear. Manaphy also has a first stage, Phione, which is obtained by breeding Manaphy with a Ditto. Both of these legendaries can be found in raid dens in river, beach, and ocean biomes. Regigigas is found underground in savanna biomes below Y40, and it spawns at dawn or dusk. It can also be found in savanna raid dens. And last but not least is Shaymin. Shaymin is found in flower forests during the morning. Shaymin also has a sky form which it can turn into when right-clicking it with the Gracidia flower, found fairly commonly in the flower forests. It will turn back into its original form if you throw it out at night. Shaymin can also be found in raid dens and flower forests. And that's it for Generation 4 legendaries. I hope this video helped you out, and I wish you luck catching them. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, feel free to like, subscribe, and check out some of the other videos on my channel. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.